Well, good morning, my beautiful, beautiful people. 'Tis I, the mad English bird that lives in Greece. It's been a while since I've done a proper video, so I am going to do a proper video. How excited are you? Ha! Right, this is my third attempt at starting this video. First time, hadn't hit record. I'm such a technophobe. Second time, wind came up, blew the bedroom door shut, the dogs went fucking mental. So, here we go again. The point of this video is a huge, huge thank you to two friends of mine who came out recently from England. Excuse me. I am kind of prepared for this, she says, laughingly. I have a cigarette. I have my tea. Yamas, as we say here in Greece. And my friends from England, those of you who have my other social media like Facebook and Instagram, will have noted my rather large lady boner that I had last night, because three of the things that they bought me were 3 new palettes from Revolution, which the outcome of this video will be a little review of the Revolution products that I own. So it is a kind of make-up video kind of thing. But first of all, I want to tell you about a couple of other things that they bought me. I asked Donna, her name is Donna, bless her, and Rob to bring me some onion powder and some garlic powder, because I can get the chopped up bits, but I actually like the powders when I cook. They're much easier to use. Now, I don't know where she got this stuff from. They came in like an A4 envelope, padded envelope, and I assumed, this is what they say about assumptions, never assume, it makes an ass out of you and me. Certainly made an ass out of me last night, because I ripped the top open and my assumption was that the powder would be wrapped in some manner. It was not. And I basically released a cloud of garlic and onion anthrax all over myself. I looked a bit like, you know, in India, when there's a festival in India where they throw coloured powders, and I kind of looked like that, and I had white powder. Little change there. White powder all down my legs, and both dogs licked me to death. It was most bizarre. So yes, that was entertaining, my anthrax experience with my onion and garlic powder. So yeah, I am a dickhead, whatever I do. The other thing they bought me, now this was a surprise, I didn't know they were bringing me this. They bought me a book, and it is called Dirty Greek. Which any of you who know me know that I've got a mouth like a sailor, a well-educated sailor, but a sailor nonetheless. And this will teach me some cool slang, funny insults, explicit sex terms, a few of which I already know. What can I say? I am a hoe. I don't care. So yeah, it's everyday slang from what's up to fuck off. And I sat outside just thumbing through this last night opposite my shop, having a cigarette, laughing out loud and frightening tourists. I'm good at frightening tourists. It seems to be part of my remit here in Greece. So, Donna and Rob. Now, Rob, I'm going to tell you his full name. His name is Rob Bartlett. And I want you to go look up his YouTube channel, because he is a musician, an original musician. He writes all his own stuff. And he's got loads and loads of vids. Do yourself a favour, go have a listen, because they're fabulous. So yeah, thank you for the filthy book. I'm going to enjoy this so much. And I'm sure BB will too. So, back to the point of this video, which is not filth for a change. It is makeup. So, Revolution. As you know, I'm something of a cheapskate. And on a limited budget. So, I love Revolution because they are so affordable. My only beef with Revolution at the moment is there is not yet a Make Me Up Missa palette, which I've done a video on, as you will have seen, for my favourite English beauty guru, Missa. She's fabulous. Again, go look her channel up. She's wonderful. Go and subscribe to her. On that note, please subscribe to my channel. Please leave me any of your comments, good, bad or indifferent. I'm thick-skinned, I'm an old bag, and I don't give a fuck. So, I would rather they were nice and pleasant, but it would be just nice to get some comments. And please leave me some thumbs up as well. So, that's aside. Let's get on to the Revolution review. Dun, dun, dun! Okay, I'm going to start with my highlighters, because essentially I have a few face palettes, I have several eye palettes, and I have some highlighters. Now, 2 of these highlighters, I lie, 3 of these highlighters, Rob and Donna bought me out. Now this is one, it's the Revolution Rainbow Highlighter, which is awfully pretty. Now, I swatched these. You should have seen me last night. I was disgusting. I had swatches all up both arms. I was covered in glitter. I just looked like an explosion in a makeup factory. It was quite humorous. Tough. My wonderful diet of tea and cigarettes is killing me, I feel. So, yeah, look at this thing. It's beautiful. Now, I swatched these individually, but you can, of course, swirl it and mix it and have like a custom colour, but I just thought it was awfully pretty. One of the other ones that they bought me was the Revolution Strobe Highlighter in this colour, which is called Gold Addict, and it's absolutely stunning. And get a look at this. Let's give you a little swatch. I should be terribly professional and swatch on my collarbone. Look at that. It's just stunning. It's a beautiful gold. It's very reflective. It's a little dark for my face to wear as a highlighter, but I don't give a shit. I tend to wear odd colours. I tend to wear quite dark colours in highlighter because I like the colours. So that's what I tend to go, oh, blingy, blingy. The other highlighter that they bought me, the last of the highlighters that they bought me, is another strobe highlighter, which is called Moon Glow Lights, which is like a pretty pinky purpley colour. It's quite pastel-y, it's very pretty. It's not as reflective as the gold, it's a bit more subtle, a little bit more powdery, which I don't necessarily mind. But it is a nice colour. It does look rather stunning on that collarbone. I'm kind of blinging away there. I like a bit of bling, as we know. The third of my strobe highlighters is this one, which is called Radiant Lights, which is a similar-ish colour. It's a little bit softer than the last one. This one looks really pretty on my cheeks. I use this quite often, as you can see by the state of the palette. And the last one of the strobe highlighters I have is probably my favourite. Again, you will see by the state of the palette. It's called Supernova. It's very bright, it's very reflective, and it's incredibly beautiful. And I do tend to kick the crap out of it, so it's filthy and busted up, but look how bright that is. And I know I'm going to look beautiful with this big lump of highlighter all over my face, and hey ho, let's have a matching pair. Thank you, Alfie. Alfie having a little sigh there, laying down for 5 minutes. We'll see how long that lasts. So, yeah, those are the highlighters I have. I also have 3 of the liquid highlighters. Now, I love these things. I tend to use them mainly for the corners of my eyes, my shoulders, when I'm bare-shouldered and almost bare-breasted at the moment, pardon me. I have 3 colours. I have, the bottom of the bottle is the colour of the product. This is Unicorn Elixir, and it's very pretty. It's extremely reflective. It's quite an unusual colour. I like it very much. It looks extremely pretty in the corner of the eye. This is Liquid Starlight, which is another pale one, but is more of a goldy colour than the last one. The last one is actually quite white, and the sprinkles in it are kind of blue. And my last liquid highlighter you've seen before on my channel. This is the liquid rose gold, and this is way too dark for my face. I do use it in the corners of my eyes. It is way too dark to use as a highlighter on my cheeks, but I do use it on my collarbones, on my shoulders, on any bare skin basically. So easy to use, easier to apply with the finger than with brushes and sponges, so all of my highlights tend to go on with fingers. So onto my face palettes. I have 3. Oh, last of the big spenders. I have my Pro HD Powder Contour Palette, which gets a little use, not a huge amount, but it does get a little use. This is in the colour Fair, obviously, because I'm a pale bitch. You can see my favourite contour colour is that one. All of everything I possess is covered in dog hair. Something you live with when you're a pet owner. Hey, but that's my favourite contour colour. I have been known to use this. It's a little dark, but it's quite dramatic if I want to really carve out my cheeks. I tend not to use a lot of products on my face apart from eyeshadow and blush and lipstick in summer, because it's so hot and sticky here in summer and I sweat from my head and it just runs down my face, so I end up with like my face running down, you know, my entire face of makeup down my front. So I don't often wear it, but in winter I will use that a lot more. I also have the Pro Conceal Kit in light to medium. Now, because I don't wear foundation, I obviously tend not to wear concealer under my eyes. I know I could probably do with it with these bags, but it is what it is. These are cream, so I use these. As you can see, I don't touch the darker ones hardly at all. I use the light ones, and some of them I've really dug into, because I use them as my cut crease base, and they're really, really good for that, and I enjoy using them very much for that. And my last face palette is a blush palette, and this is the Golden Sugar palette. Now, I actually use all of these colours as either blush or highlighter. This is a fabulous, fabulous inner corner highlight, and this orangey colour is actually my favourite blush. I use that one and that one a lot, but the orange is my favourite, and it looks stunning on my skin, especially when I've got a little bit of colour like I have now, even though I am a pale bitch. So that's my face palettes. I now have the last things, which are my eye palettes, which are my pride and joy. I'm still hankering and desperate for my Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette, and at some point I will get it. I will get it. But let's be sensible, let's be practical. I've had a late working year this year, so cash is a little tighter than normal. So that will be a next year purchase. This is life. I'm an adult, I can deal with this crap. So my first ones are a little set, which are the Revolution, obviously. They're the Redemption palettes, Iconic 1, 2 and 3. Now they're relatively similar. Now these ones, you've got a couple of mattes in each palette, but I essentially got these for the shimmers for my cut creases. The shimmer colours are extremely pretty and they're very versatile and very useful for you know, like if you do a cut crease and you want some shimmer on your lid or a spotlight eye, they look fabulous. So that's number 1. That's Iconic 2. Got, again, a couple of matte colours, very transition-y colours, though I don't tend to use them as transition colours. And this is the Iconic 3. And the shimmers in these are absolutely beautiful. I particularly like this bronzy one here. As you can see, I've dug into it quite hard. And this pale pink one as well. Go round, Alfie. You can't come up this side. Go round. Good boy. He's a good boy. Ecco bravo, Moraki. Cazzicato. Bravo. Bravo. He's a good boy. Sorry. Right. Next one. I love this palette. It is the Neutrals versus Neutrals. And this is what it looks like. Pardon the mirror. Oh, look, there's my light fitting. But just look at these colours. They're absolutely stunning. Nice transition colours. You can see I dig into pretty much everything in this palette. It's great for different eye looks. I like very vibrant looks, and this is a really nice palette for that. I use the orange and dark burgundy quite a lot. The shimmers in here are fabulous. The gold, the bronze, the sort of nice shimmery pink is very pretty, and there's a very nice dark brown shimmer as well, which I love. Oh look, it's all right up my nose there. Isn't that attractive for you? So yes, Neutrals versus Neutrals. It's a wonderful palette. I would highly recommend it to anybody. This one is the Flawless 4 palette. Another one that I... oh God, you keep seeing up my nose. I'm so sorry. That I use an awful lot. I've dug into almost all of these colours quite heavily. You get some fabulous looks. The shimmers are wonderful. The mattes are incredible. These two orangey colour mattes, peachy and orange colour mattes, I use a lot. I use these browns a lot for transition colours. This is one of my favourite inner corner highlights. It's a slightly sparkly white champagne colour. Very pretty. It's a really useful palette. Again, one that I highly recommend. This is one of my newer ones. This is the Fortune Favours the Brave palette, which I picked up at Daphne's the last time I was in Pylos. There's some fabulous colours in here. This one isn't very dug into because it is quite new. You've got some of these, what I call custom colours, where you've got like a mix of colours in the pan, and you just sort of swatch them. This colour here, which is like a mix of golds, very soft champagne shimmer, and some darker brown shimmers, is a fantastic inner corner highlighter. It's wonderful. I'm also very excited to try it. Now I've got some reds, to try this one, see how it comes out, because it's very pretty. I've done some nice green looks with this, and I've also done some purpley looks, which were very, very pretty. And there goes the dog hair. So another really, really highly recommended palette that I use a lot. This is the Flawless Matte palette. This one I basically use as transition colours. I mean, there are some darker colours in the palette, but I tend to use this end of the palette as my transitions. So these are always useful. It's just a basic matte palette. There's some pretty colours, and they're great for everyday looks. They're very soft, they're very easy to blend, so they're good. It's a good palette to have in your collection if you want something with some soft neutrals that you can use as transition colours, and you can use to blend out, and there's your base for your more exciting cut creases. Now is when I get a lady boner again, because these are my 3 new palettes from Donna and Rob, and I have to say Donna and Rob would not take the money for these, which is very naughty of them, but very, very, very kind. So thank you, Donna and Rob. You're so sweet. I know that there were special offers on these palettes, but that's not the issue. It was such a kind thing to do, and it was so kind of you to take time out of your busy lives, with I know you're busy guys, to go off and buy these palettes for me. It was really sweet. So the first one, and the one I'm probably really, really most excited for, is my Soph Does Nails. It's her first palette. I am hoping to get the Extra Spice palette as well. I've had a little swatch of these. I haven't actually done any looks with them yet because tonight will be my first time of using one or several of my new palettes. But these colours are just amazing, and I'm very, very excited to have this palette because I think I'm going to do some wonderful looks with it. I've got some nice sort of deep pinks and burgundy colours. There's some beautiful shimmers in here, so I'm very, very happy to have this palette. So also, I'm very excited. Big shout out to Soph Does Nails. She's another one of my favourite UK beauty gurus on YouTube. This palette is the Tammy palette. It's the Tropical Paradise Tropical. Well, no, I'm reading the French. Tropical Paradise, sorry. And again, you've got some fantastic vibrant shades in here. I love this orange. This orange I think is incredible. I love this deep green. Beautiful shimmer colours. I quite like this sort of mid blue. I think this is going to be very nice on my eyes. The green's going to be fabulous because depending on whether I wear blue or green on my eyes depends whether my eyes look blue or green. So I'm going to have some great colour looks with this. Some nice transition colours at the bottom. A lot of these are mattes as well. They're not all shimmers. So these transition colours are great for me, even though I think they're probably more for a darker skin tone. I like a dark transition colour, so very excited to use that one too. And the thing I absolutely got blown away by is the Carmi palette. This is absolutely stunning. Now I knew that I would like the eyeshadows. You've got some nice mattes. Again, this orange is beautiful. It's darker than the one in the Tammy palette. This browny burgundy is incredible. But these shimmers, this teal colour is, oh my God. I was sexually aroused when I swatched it. It is so beautiful. But, the thing that absolutely and completely blew me away, and I will be using a lot, is this highlight. Now, it is called Flash Me, which is highly appropriate for me. It's kind of got a greeny undertone, but look at that. Get some light on that. It is absolutely beautiful. So I have a feeling that my look tonight will possibly be teal, and there's a really pretty shimmery, dark shimmery, dusty pink here. So maybe the teal and the shimmery pink. Oh, you got a flash of me again, sorry. So yeah, and that was the last palette. So there you go, that's my Revolution products that I am so excited to have. I get some great looks from Revolution. It's affordable. The quality is incredibly good for such an affordable palette, or such affordable palettes. Again, a big thank you to Rob and Donna. Go look up Rob's channel, Rob Bartlett's, Bartlitz, Bartlett's. Listen to his music. Go look up Soph Does Nails. Look up Carmi. Look up Tammy. And also, you can look up Make Me Up Missa, my absolute favourite. So there you go, guys. My Revolution review. My big thank you to Rob and Donna. And thanks for paying attention and being here. It's lovely to have you. And I'll look forward to seeing you all again soon. So, Vilakia.